NASA says that Voyager 1 has become the first man-made object to reach interstellar space, the cold, dark region between stars, far from the influence of our sun.
That part of the solar system, most of the comets, in fact, are interstellar space along with where Voyager 1 is today.
After 45 long years drifting through deep space, Voyager 1 has just sent back a shocking discovery no one expected, not even the scientists who built it. Now, a Nobel Prize-winning expert is sounding the alarm. What did Voyager 1 find out there in the darkness? Why is this discovery being called impossible? And what could it mean for the future of Earth?
The most distant human-made object, NASA's Voyager 1 spacecraft, is in interstellar space, the space between the stars.
Get ready, because this may change everything we thought we knew about space. Voyager 1's journey to an unknown destination. According to reports, a Nobel Prize-winning scientist has broken with the caution of academia. He claimed that they observed patterns with the latest Voyager 1's discovery after a 45 journey that cannot be explained by current physics. While this may be evidence of a different spatial structure, he did not use the term new dimension. Before now, many had thought this historic journey had finally come to an end. But then something strange happened, with Voyager 1 making an unbelievable discovery, which has further raised questions from experts. Has Voyager 1 reached an entirely different world, the multiverse edge of a simulated space, or a cosmic structure created by intelligent aliens? But before we dive into what was discovered, let's take a look into Voyager 1's journey through time to an unknown destination. Brace up for far more exciting revelations about the chilling discovery. It was reported that Voyager 1 has been exploring our solar system since 1977. It is believed that the probe is in interstellar space, the region outside the heliopause, or the bubble of energetic particles and magnetic fields from the Sun. Reports have it that Voyager 1 was launched after Voyager 2, but because of a faster route, it exited the asteroid belt earlier than its twin, and it overtook Voyager 2 on December 15, 1977. Voyager 1 reportedly discovered a thin ring around Jupiter and two new Jovian moons, Thebe and Metis. At Saturn, Voyager 1 found 5 new moons and a new ring called the G ring. Voyager 1 is believed to be the first spacecraft to cross the heliosphere, the boundary where the influences from outside our solar system are stronger than those from our sun. It is also reported to be the first human-made object to venture into interstellar space. In 2012, Voyager 1 crossed a boundary known as the heliopause, marking the edge of our solar system's influence and the beginning of interstellar space. This momentous event was recorded as a triumph for humanity, proving that our technological prowess could reach the very limits of our solar neighborhood. But it was also a stark reminder of the vastness and unknown nature of the universe beyond. Reports have it that Voyager 1 was originally expected to operate for just a few years, or a decade at most. Instead, it has survived for 45 years in the harshest environment imaginable. It flew past Jupiter and Saturn, then was catapulted out of the solar system by gravity. It is believed that what made the mission possible was a cosmic window of opportunity that came around every 176 years when the planet aligned, allowing Voyager to use gravity to accelerate and save fuel. Engineers called it the Grand Tour, and it has been a success beyond all expectations. Today, Voyager 1 is reportedly more than 22 billion kilometers from the Earth, in a place where no human signal has ever been before until Voyager sent back the inexplicable. Previous reports suggest that NASA's Voyager 1 might have experienced some issues in interstellar space which affected it sending back a signal to the Earth. Experts have reportedly looked into and were able to give their verdict on what it looks like. The question is, what challenge did Voyager 1 face in interstellar space, and what was done to overcome it? Brace up for a far more exciting revelation that will keep you at the edge of your seat. Mystery issue experienced on NASA's Voyager 1. Reports have it that the Voyager 1 probe was still exploring interstellar space 45 years after launching when it encountered an issue that mystifies the spacecraft's team on Earth. But reports have it that it continues to operate well, despite its advanced age and 14.5 billion mile distance, which is approximately 23.3 billion kilometers from the Earth. The Voyager 1 reportedly receives and executes commands sent from NASA, as well as gathering and sending back science data. But reports have shown that the readouts from the attitude articulation and control system, which control the spacecraft's orientation in space, don't match up with what Voyager is actually doing. The attitude articulation and control system ensures that the probe's high-gain antenna remains pointed at Earth so Voyager can send data back to NASA. Due to Voyager's interstellar location, it was reported that it takes light 20 hours and 33 minutes to travel one way, so the call and response of one message between NASA and Voyager takes 2 days. Reports have it that despite the challenges, the Voyager team still believes the AACS is still working, but the instrument's data readouts seem random or impossible. It was reported that the system issue hasn't triggered anything to put the spacecraft into safe mode so far, as it is when only essential operations occur for engineers to diagnose an issue that would put the spacecraft at risk. According to NASA release, the Voyager 1 signal is reportedly as strong as ever, as the antenna is believed to still be pointed to the Earth. Reports have it that the team is trying to determine if this incorrect data is coming directly from this instrument or if another system is causing it, and until then, reports have it that it will almost be impossible for the team to anticipate whether it might affect how long the spacecraft can collect and transmit science data. Suzanne Dodd, who happens to be the project manager for NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California, said in a statement that a mystery like this is sort of par for the course at this stage of the Voyager mission. She revealed that the spacecraft is almost 45 years old, which is far beyond what the mission planners anticipated. She added that they are also in interstellar space, a high radiation environment that no spacecraft have flown in before, which makes it rather impossible for the engineering team not to face some big challenges. She added that if there's a way for them to solve this issue with the AACS, their team will find it. Dodd pointed out that if it wasn't the team that determined the source of the issue, they might have to adapt to it. Reports have it that Voyager has already relied on backup systems to last as long as it has. In 2017, the probe reportedly fired thrusters that were used during its initial planetary encounters during the 1970s, and they still worked after remaining unused for 37 years. The aging probes reportedly produce very little power per year. As a result, subsystems and heaters are said to have been turned off over the years so that critical systems and science instruments can keep operating. In another report, Voyager 2, a twin spacecraft, continues to operate well in interstellar space 12.1 billion miles, which is 19.5 billion kilometers from Earth. Experts believe that by comparison, Neptune is the farthest planet from Earth, and it's only 2.9 billion miles away from Earth. Both probes were reportedly launched in 1977, and it is believed they have far exceeded their original purpose to fly by planets. Now, reports claim that they have become the only two spacecraft to gather data from interstellar space and provide insights about the heliosphere, or the bubble created by the sun that extends beyond the planets in our solar system. Despite the mysterious malfunction that left Voyager 1 silent and its data unreadable for months, engineers eventually managed to re-establish partial communication. But what came next stunned even the most seasoned scientists. After overcoming its glitch, Voyager 1 didn't just resume normal functions. It delivered a discovery so unexpected, and it's now being called one of the most significant findings in its 45-year mission. The Nobel Prize winner has now issued a chilling warning, claiming the discovery could change everything. He suggested that we may be dealing with something that doesn't exist. Now the question is, what did Voyager 1 find at the edge of interstellar space? And why do some experts think it could be the key to unlocking the universe's greatest mystery? The truth that will be revealed next might be the most shocking revelation you have ever heard. Discoveries beyond scientific understanding.
The scale of the solar system, and you may not have known that the solar system had a boundary. For example, here's the sun, and here's where the Earth is, about 1 centimeter away.
For months, Voyager 1, the most distant man-made object in the universe, was almost silent. The spacecraft, which reportedly sent back only chaotic, meaningless signals, has now suddenly returned clear, coherent, and completely different. Reports have it that the data it sent back left scientists completely stunned. After a long period of transmitting only static, Voyager 1 suddenly transmitted readable data, and it was unlike anything seen in interstellar space. Scientists discovered unusual plasma oscillations, change in magnetic fields, and sudden increases in particle density. More importantly, it was reported that these phenomena do not follow physical patterns previously recorded in the universe. One scientist exclaimed that it's as if Voyager 1 is no longer outside the solar system, but outside something else entirely. The path of cosmic rays and magnetic field lines are reportedly both askew, as if Voyager 1 has crossed a new kind of space that current physical mode cannot explain. The law of reality seems to be changing. However, the empty space isn't empty. It was reported that when Voyager crossed the heliopause, the final boundary of the sun's influence, it entered the empty interstellar space, but new data suggests otherwise. The spacecraft is reported to have recorded the plasma waves, streams of highly charged particles, and magnetic disturbances of unknown origin. Worse, gravitational anomalies have reportedly appeared. Voyager 1 is inexplicably drifting slightly off course, not due to stellar tug, not due to asteroid impact. It appears to have entered a transition zone where the familiar laws of physics no longer exist. One of the most remarkable pieces of data was a periodic oscillation signal emitted from the area Voyager 1 had just flown through. At first, it was reported that people thought it was noise or an instrument failure, but after analysis, they realized the signal had a structure. It was regular, repetitive, and didn't match any celestial source. Then something creepy happened. The signal seemed to respond to Voyager. After each data transmission, the signal strength increased slightly, as if something was listening and responding. It was also reported that a 3D modeler of magnetic field variations has discovered a perfectly repeating spiral pattern that resembles a cosmic gravitational web, which possibly is a sign of an artificial structure in outer space. Not only is the signal unusual, but it was reported that Voyager's internal navigation system has begun registering inconsistent positions as if the spacecraft exists in multiple dimensions at once. These fluctuations, while not explicitly terrifying, were reportedly unlike anything scientists had observed before. They suggested that the interstellar medium, the space between stars, was far more turbulent and dynamic than previously thought. The discovery was said to be unsettling because it challenged our assumptions about the stability and predictability of the universe. It also raised questions about the potential hazards that might lie in wait for future interstellar travelers. Now, Voyager 1 is not just an ambassador to humanity, as it may have found the edge of reality or something else awaits on the other side. This strange discovery doesn't just raise eyebrows, it raises serious questions. If Voyager 1 has uncovered signs of artificial structures or dimensional shifts, experts warn it could change how we view space travel forever. Could this be a warning about what truly lies beyond the stars? Stick around to the end for a surprise twist. Implications for the future. What Voyager 1 has uncovered is far more than a scientific report. It's a warning and a wake-up call. For decades, people assumed that once a spacecraft left our solar system, it would drift into calm and empty space. But Voyager 1's data tells a very different story. Space beyond the solar system is not silent or still. It is filled with strange, invisible forces, cosmic radiation, high-speed particles, and fluctuating magnetic fields. These elements could damage or destroy future spacecraft, and even harm human passengers if we ever attempt interstellar travel. This means that before we can send humans to other star systems, we must first find ways to protect them from these dangers. It may require new shielding technologies or artificial environments aboard future spaceships. We might also need better communication systems, since signals take longer the farther we go from Earth. In other words, Voyager 1's discovery shows us how unprepared we are for such journeys and how much we still need to learn. Yet at the same time, the discovery is deeply exciting. It means that space is more alive and more complex than we thought. It's no longer just a black backdrop dotted with stars. It's a constantly moving ocean of energy, activity, and mystery. And thanks to Voyager 1, we now have a clearer map of what's out there. NASA scientists are now rethinking how our solar system connects with the space beyond. One key area of study is the heliosphere, the giant bubble created by the sun's solar wind. Voyager 1 has crossed the boundary of this bubble and entered interstellar space. That crossing gave scientists their first direct look at what lies beyond. It's like stepping outside your house for the first time and realizing the world is much bigger and far more dangerous than you imagined. Another important implication is what this means for our search for life. If space is more active than we thought, it could also affect how life begins and evolves. Radiation, magnetic fields, and particle flows might play a bigger role in shaping planets and even influencing biology. Some scientists wonder if this could change how we look for signs of life on exoplanets, or how we might prepare Earth-like planets for colonization in the distant future. Voyager 1 is also changing how we see time. The spacecraft was launched in 1977, more than 45 years ago, and it's still working. Its long life reminds us that exploration is not about instant answers. It's about patience, persistence, and vision. It took over 4 decades for Voyager 1 to reach this point, and it will take many more years to fully understand what it has found. And yet, despite the slow pace, Voyager 1 has already proven its worth. It has changed our understanding of the solar system, helped us learn about planets like Jupiter and Saturn, and now it's rewriting the rules about what lies beyond. Every signal it sends back to Earth carries a piece of a much bigger story, a story that is still unfolding. In the end, Voyager 1's journey is about more than science. It's about who we are as a species. It shows that even from a small blue planet, we can reach the stars. It reminds us that curiosity is powerful and that we are part of a much larger universe than we ever imagined. As Voyager 1 continues its silent path through the cosmos, it leaves behind a trail of questions and a bright light for others to follow. The universe is not what we thought it was. It is more dangerous, more beautiful, and more mysterious. But thanks to Voyager 1, we now have the courage and the reason to keep going. What do you think about Voyager's discovery after 45 years? And how do you think it's going to affect the Earth? Do share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click on the following video showing